Alright, today we're going to be going through arrays, and as a first exercise or presentation, we're going to be declaring an array and we're going to navigate through that array with an integer x, returning the index of the element that is placed on that certain input that we give it. Now I've already written our include and int main just to save time. So let's say we would give it an array that contains 5 elements. These 5 elements are 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. We're gonna be inputting an integer that will calculate the index, and so we're gonna be doing int x. Now we don't have to scan this array. We only have to scan the integer that we given. So %d and then store the value of x. Now what we're gonna print out here is an integer back, a number, because the list only contains numbers. And by the way, an array can only contain one type of elements, numbers, characters, or whatever you want, but it has to be one type. So it's gonna be printing out, of course, an integer \n, so we start in a new row, and then this integer is not gonna be x, and it's not gonna be array. It's gonna be the array on the x position. So what will happen now is we have an array, it's these 5 elements. We type in 2. So 2 calculates the index in this array. So index 2 in this array, as of most of you know, index starts on 0, so it would be 25, 26, 27. So 0, 1, 2. It would return 27. And if we would try this, you see that this works. And if we would type in, we can see that the maximum number of this array is 29. So, and that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That would be the max element. Alright, in the second exercise, we're gonna be doing the same thing, but with a string. So let's say a word hello, and then we give 2. So this would return the index of the number 2 in the string hello. So this would be 1, 2, and then 3. It would return L in this case. So we're gonna be given a string and then given an integer, and depending on where that integer exists in that string, it's gonna return the same character on that line. So unlike the previous time, now we're gonna be including a char array, not an int array. And let's say we'll make it 30 characters at max. It doesn't matter what we put here. One thing we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our int x like last time because it represents the index numbers in the array. And we're gonna scan both the array and the int x because here we haven't assigned a list of the array like we did in the previous time, which is why we have to scan it, because this is unidentified until we ourselves choose what string we want to use as the input. And %s because it's an array. Store the values. Alright. What we're gonna print out here is different. We're not gonna be printing out %s or %d. We're gonna be printing out %c because in this exercise we have a string. We're given in a string, but what we want to return back is not a string. We want a character back. And a character is used to in the percent as %c. And in here, we're going to do like we did before. Array of x. So this would return a character on the place x, where x is the index that we give in the string array. So if we try to run this program and we will give it hello 2, it's gonna return 1 2 0 1 2 actually, because index starts from 0, so it will return L. Let's say we will give it A B C D E F, 0 is gonna return A, and so on. Now in the third and last exercise, we're gonna be going through how to replace something in an array, how to replace an element in an array. And as an example, I'm gonna be using a string. Let's say hello, and I wanna do it to hello. In this case, we wanna first navigate to the first element, because it's 0, 1, so this will be first, and replace that with E. This will return hello. Now, how do we do that in the program? First of all, we're gonna be calling an array, just like we did before, and we can do it with 30 characters, like before as well. We're also gonna be having an int x. Now, we need one more thing. We need something that replaces. We need to input something that replaces. And because we're gonna be giving it strings and replacing elements, characters in strings, we can also give it another character, y. Now we're gonna scan f, and we have to scan f all three of these elements. Let's start with scanning the string, and then, because we're gonna input them in this, we're gonna first say hello 1e. So first is the string, second is the integer, and then third is the character. Okay? And then same goes here. Array x y. And when we print this out, we want to be printing out a string, of course, because we're gonna input a string with the corrected, or not corrected, with the replaced character in it. So %s string will print out array. Now we're not fully done here. What we have to do is we have to define that the place x, the index x that we give in the array, is to be replaced with character y. And to do that, we just have to do array of x is equals to y. So what this will say is any number that we give next to the string will navigate to that index in the string and replace that with the character that we give in the input. And to try this, hello 1e is going to return hello. And let's just try abc 2, because 2 would represent the c. F will replace the last element in this given array with f, and then return the new array back.